How's everybody doing today? This is Corey Lee's Boxing, and we are back with another banger. So please smash that like button, you guys, and subscribe. And yeah, man, I want to talk about Jermell Charlo. Well, really, I want to talk about Crawford. You know, just Crawford in general, saying that in his next fight, he either wants Spence or he wants Jermell Charlo at 154 pounds, okay, you guys? He doesn't want any tune-up. He doesn't want any more, Avasanian type of fighters. And I'm not taking anything away from Avasanian, but I don't feel like he was in the top 5, at welterweight. So, not only that, Crawford is actively trying to get this Spence fight. So, right now, the way Spence and Crawford matches up, I think they match up pretty well. Crawford has moved up from 135, where he was a champion at 135, 140. And now he's champion at 147. His reign at 147 has been for a couple years now. And now it's time for Spence and Crawford, hopefully, to make a undisputed unification match, for the undisputed title. Right now, the more I think about this, Terrence Crawford really needs this fight, I feel like, and Errol Spence. I mean, both of these guys really need this fight. This is a career-defining fight. This is a legacy-defining fight. It has all of the implications all rolled up in one. And so when I feel like both fighters are, kind of like juggling this fight right in front of us, I get kind of, that's when I start making videos and stuff, and I start voicing my opinion. Because at the end of the day, we are the fans, and we are the ones paying for these fights. You see what I'm saying? And I just feel like as a boxing fan first, you guys gotta understand, this is a fight that I've been wanting for years now. I've been wanting this fight probably for at least, I'll say, when Terrence Crawford beat Jeff Horn. That's when I was like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford is the WBO champion of the world. Errol Spence at the time, I believe, was the IBF champion of the world. You guys gotta understand. No. Errol Spence might have been on his way up, but I just remember at that time, both guys would be becoming champions around the same time. I believe Crawford was champion first, if I'm not mistaken. I know he was champion first because he was champion either at 140 or 147, but I just know when Crawford moved up to 147, that kind of, had my radar going off where I was like, okay, who's at 147 that's like that? And then I just thought about Terrence. I thought about, possible matchups, and I was like, Errol Spence would be a dope matchup. And that's right when Terrence Crawford became champion, and stuff like that. So that being that, and then now you got Terrence Crawford saying that he wants to fight, Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo has a fight with Crawford-Tszyu coming up, which is a really, really good fight. Both guys undefeated. It's going to be a tough stylistically. I think it's going to be a pretty good matchup. I don't think this is going to be any gimme walk for Jermell Charlo. And I feel like, to be honest with you, Jermell Charlo has his work cut out for him. He's going to be in there with a young, hungry lion that wants it as much as he does. And a lot of people need to understand that in the boxing community, man. A lot of these fights don't get made because whatever reason, because of the promotional company or whatever have you. But, Tim is pretty much saying, look, man, I'm ready. I know I'm young, but I'm ready. I've beaten, a couple guys. And, it's my time. And to be honest with you, I would say another fight or two for Tim. But, I mean, he's saying he's ready now. This is coming from a former world champion and his father. You see what I'm saying? His father knocked out and stopped Zab Judah, one of the most deadliest punchers in boxing history. Some people say that Zab Judah and Gervonta Tank Davis are the hardest punchers that they have ever been hit with. Those two guys. Both guys southpaw. And what do you know? Corey Lee Boxing is a southpaw too. Just had to throw that out there. But yeah, man, both guys southpaw, man. It's something about that southpaw stance. Errol Spence, southpaw. Terrence Crawford, switch hitter. And southpaw. You know, but you guys got to understand, right now, it's Jermell Charlo versus, you know, Tszyu at 154. Jermell Charlo is probably not trying to think anything about Terrence Crawford right now, but he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to, because if he beats Tim, it's either gonna be a knockout early, or it's gonna be a brutal. I think it's gonna be a brutal fight. You know, I want to see how Tim reacts when he gets hit, though. He's never been really hit like that, so we got to see. So let's just say that Charlo does win. Crawford's gonna be waiting right there, whether he wins or loses to Errol Spence or not. I think Terrence Crawford is going to 154 eventually anyways. And I think he only has about 1 or 2 fights left. Now, if he beats Spence, I think the whole Spence-Crawford fight is going to be a trilogy. I think it's going to be a trilogy. I think that's going to be a 3-fight. And I think that alone could take 3 years. Possibly. Mark my words, y'all. Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence, I don't believe it's just going to be a one and done. Not with Terrence Crawford being a free agent. Al Haymon's going to probably lock Terrence Crawford in for a 2 to 3 fight deal minimum. I highly doubt that Terrence Crawford is going to get a one-off deal with this. But we'll see. You know, and I just feel like right now Jermell Charlo, you know, needs to worry about Tim, which he's doing. But Terrence Crawford's like, look, if I can't get that fight with, you know, Errol Spence Jr., I'm the WBO champion. Jermell Charlo's the WBO champion. They have a ruling in the WBO, if you move up, you get the automatic shot at the next one in line. You see what I'm saying? So, listen, man. It's ready to go. It's game time. I want to see both guys in there battling it out. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Who do you guys think is a tougher opponent? Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence? Do you think Errol Spence is not even a tougher opponent, a tougher champion? These are all champions we're talking about. So you got to put a little bit more respect on their name. Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence, or Terrence Crawford versus Jermell Charlo? Who's the tougher champion for Crawford to fight? Let me know in the comment section. Please smash that like button, and whatever you guys do, have a great day, man. Peace out.